Hey, what's up, Dragon Brew? Today we have a new breakout deck in standard, a literal breakout deck with the card breakout. But there's a cool new added piece this deck's been playing, and it's actually kind of smart. So let's start at the top with some of our spells we're going to need. We have Burst Lightning because, damage and getting small creatures out of the way. We do have Wild Ride. Giving any of these other things haste will be actually really good, but the +3 does matter quite a bit. Snakeskin Veil, obviously, we just want to protect some of our stuff, and getting a +1/+1 counter is super nice. But Benevolent River Spirit. Now, if you can just put this into play for free, then that's actually pretty damn cool. You get a 4/5 with Ward 2, so it's going to be hard for your opponents to get rid of. If you have to cast it, it's going to be a little bit of a problem, so we hope to just trick this one onto the battlefield. Fear of Missing Out lets us dig for the cards that we want while also getting us some extra attack steps. NT super good, just giving stuff trample, but that extra +1/+1 counter is going to come in handy. And Summon Brynhilder. Remember how we said haste can actually be pretty good? Well, this also lets you cast stuff with haste. Speaking of which, Uharis, the Storm Spinner, or Spider-Man 2099 in paper, if you're wanting to build this in paper, because this is pretty close to a budget build outside of maybe a couple of cards, so could be a paper option. But yeah, this is actually pretty sweet. Now, you can't play it on the first, second, or third turn, but again, if we can just put it into the battlefield with some tricky ways, that's pretty good. But we do have multiple ways to play stuff from exile, and then if we do, at the end of the turn, this card deals damage equal to its power to any target, which oftentimes is going to be your opponent's face. Speaking of which, Breakout, that's the card, right? We get to look at our top 6 cards. We get to put one of them from the battlefield, or from there onto the battlefield with haste until end of turn. And the cool part is, all of our stuff costs 2. So there's no reason we can't find something. If we just break on one of these breakouts, it's going to be the worst thing ever. And then also, because we can already fill up the graveyard with a bunch of different cards, we're going to go ahead and have some Wildfire Wickerfolk. So all this haste stuff is also very good because it'll protect you against sweepers to some extent. Now, before we get into the games, I will say if you are thinking about building this deck or anything else, be sure to check out our friends over at Tales of Adventure. It's toamagic.com, mostly because you can save 5% if you use my code DRAGON, which is just DRAGN. So you get to save your money on your magic and you get to support the channel. All that aside, let's go hop in and see if this deck really is the breakout deck we're hoping it is. Okay, we did get a breakout, so we're going to go ahead and keep. And we didn't do the one thing that we were hoping to not do, which is good, and that's draw the big benevolent elemental. But if we can hit one off the breakout, that would be awesome. Ooh, this could also be good too. Having a Horus and Wild Ride on a future turn could be kind of sexy. Yeah, let's go for it. We didn't get there, no, but that's all right. We got a new Horus. And I'm kind of okay doing this because if the opponent has a removal, they're definitely going to use it on this card. And then we can just have the other as a backup for later. So I don't hate it. And we even have a Snakeskin Veil to back it up, so I like that. Forsaken Miner, and that's it. Ooh. Hold up. I don't have a way to play anything from exile. Wow, I wasn't expecting to get this turn. Not like this. Jesus, this is crazy. All right, so we can play this. We'll attack for 5. So that's 10. We could then tap itself to play this from the graveyard. So then we move the power to 8. So we could deal 18. That seems like a lot. All right, I guess I'm game for that. And then I'm just trying to decide if I want to protect anything, but oh, you know what? I messed up because I could have made that 6 would have been 12, and then this would have been 8. I could have Snakeskin Veiled there. Ah, because I would have had enough mana to do all that. Messed up, team. I messed up. We could have killed them on turn 3. Yeah, because that would have been 12, 18. Dang it. No, they were at 21 though, right? Because they had gained life from this. Yeah, so we wouldn't have beat them. We discard 2 cards. Sure. Let's make it Uharis, I guess, and a Fear of Missing Out. Dang, that's crazy. We still could have done a lot of damage, though. I wasn't even thinking about it. Opponent? I mean, I'm going to block. I don't know what just happened there. But okay. Let's see if this can get us there. And we missed again. I mean, we didn't miss. I mean, we just didn't get the card we wanted. Alright. Opponent's at 4. I don't know what they're planning to do here. This was some type of mono black aggro pile that obviously never really got off the ground. Yep, you have a timeline color. And it's a 4-2. Sure. GG's. Alright, cool. Yeah, I didn't even think about it. If you can protect the Nuharis, it just double strikes. So it just first strikes so many of the little creatures that come up against you. So that's kind of nice. We didn't get to do the biggest thing, but the second best thing worked out. Even though I goofed it up. No, we drew 2 of the Benevolent River Spirit. All right, we have to mulligan. What? And we drew 2 more again? I could have just kept the first hand. Oh, that sucks. All right, things happen. Actually, you know what? In that last one, we definitely could have done 21 because we would have done 6 twice. So that's 12. But then you add the extra 3 that turns 6 into 9. That's 21. So we actually could have won that one. As silly as it is. Man, mulliganing into double River Spirit back to back. That's gross. That hurts my soul. I mean, I guess I'm going to discard the River Spirit. See if we find something good to play. No, we found a land. I'm not sure I would call that good to play, but we are going to play it. Alright. Yeah, seems good. Good thing we have this Burst Lightning. I kind of don't want to spend the Burst Lightning yet. I want them to attempt to target their thing and make them waste a card. If possible. Because that's just way more valuable, obviously. Oh, well, okay then. Dang it. Drew the River Spirit. We'll keep it, though. I mean, we can't. There are times where we can just cast the Spirit. So it's not like you can never cast it, but obviously, we would rather have other situations occur. All right, what do we got? Here comes a Badger Mole. And before it gets put the counters on. By the way, usually if you're going to do that, it's better to tap the lands and then have the creature already ready. Because right now, if I shoot it, they don't have 2 mana available. They only have 1. Whereas if I were to shoot the Badger Mole Cub there while the Elf is untapped, they would still have 2 mana to at least float and do something with it right then. Alright, let's see what we can do. Dang it! Alright, I'll discard. Waste a card here. No, it's another NT. Wow, okay. Deep Cavern Bat. There's some options. Man, of all the cards we could have hit, NT was not what we were looking for. Probably take Uharis. I don't know. Brynhilders do let us have access to more stuff, so I don't know. It's a scary card, though. Oh, that's nice. That we really like. What do we get access to here? Steam Vents, I guess. It doesn't matter. I wanted to have the green mana up anyway, so sure. Am I discarding a card? I think so. No, because I'm not going to be able to play it. Because we want to leave up the Snakeskin Veil. In the turn. There is a world where it's worth considering, but this is not that world. Ouroboros is really bad for us here, too. We probably have to break out into something big. Oh, well, that's nice. Why has Fel started to catch on again? This is like the 4th or 5th opponent I've played in the last few days that's just casting Fel, which is very surprising. Sure, we can live with that. Especially since we have another one. Hey, there we go. That's what we were looking for. And we get to scry. Ooh, another breakout. Ooh, if we discard... let's just put that on bottom. We'll just break out next turn. Decline. And now we have a flyer they have to deal with. And if they block, we get access to the Uharis again. If they spend their turn removing a creature, that's probably all their mana or most of it, and then we get to break out again. So that's pretty cool.
My job is to teach. Yours.
Wow, didn't even go to kill the Inti. That's brave. Oh yeah, we'll just take this. That's fine. Oh, actually, I guess I could have taken Uharis. It's all the same. Opponent's at 10 anyway. That's 12 plus. Alright. Alright, that worked out. Okay, let's keep it. Pass the turn. Nothing, huh? Alright, well here's a thing you can stop, I guess. You can counter that. It does cost 2. Nope, they just had an opt. That is okay. And they bottomed. You love to see that. And another island. I'm going to assume this now means there are removal cards available. I mean, counter spells available, not removal. I mean, they could bounce something, but whatever. That's more of a, if they do kind of, you know, what do you do? Would you like to bounce my Inti? Probably should wait to see if I discard a card first. But, I don't hate it. We'll decline, obviously. Let's play... I'm trying to think of what I want to do next turn. I think we'll just go Fear of Missing Out. Discarding a Burst Lightning. Ooh, a Wild Ride. That's sick. Yeah, I'll pay 2. I don't know if they're playing any creatures, but maybe we could shoot something. Oh, this isn't gonna resolve. We're not gonna get our Uharis, are we? Actually, I kind of want to play this so they play a spell that makes us pay 2, and then we could sneak the Uharis down. So I'm hoping there's a counter that, like, make you pay 2, or maybe they, like, 3 steps ahead or something here. Oh, no! It tapped our blue mana! What the hell? Why, Arena? Why did you... Why? Why are you like this? Are you serious? Oh, no. That's the worst possible thing that could have happened. It had no reason to tap the blue mana. I only had one other, like, all my other cards are just red. Like, oh no. Oh, that was the turn. That was the turn. Usually, even as much as I joke about the auto tapper, it's pretty solid and usually tries to leave you mana for the color of cards in your hand. So I don't know at all why it did what it just did. Because I definitely had plenty of other red mana available. So I don't know why it tapped the blue as colorless, I guess. I don't know what happened there. That's brutal, though. right, we will try again. It is now only tapping the correct mana. Unfortunately, we already have a creature in the graveyard, so this only adds artifact for Delirium. And you're showing me a dragon. Okay, that resolves. Can't pay for it. See if you have another counter. They do not. We exhausted the counters. Fantastic. All right, so now we just got to figure out how to make the rest of this work. Also, I guess they're missing red mana since they just showed us a double red dragon. Okay, there's some red mana. So this is a red-blue dragon deck. Almost control deck-ish. Can we find... No, we cannot. I was hoping for a snakeskin veil. All right, we can get a sorcery into the yard. That would be pretty big. All right, let's try this. Because now that they have red mana, they could shoot something. And I don't want to put it on Uharis. Oh, they're digging. They don't have anything. Oh, come on. Don't have the bounce spell. They don't. I think we have to go for it, y'all. This is just like, if they have it, they have it. But we're going all in on it. All right. That's 5. That's 10. We shoot them for 2. And then Uharis does the last 5. Nice. Wow. Wow. So despite that crazy turn that happened where we just couldn't play Uharis, we actually turned out pretty well. Oh, wait. Actually, hold on. No, I should have been able to play the Uharis because that was turn 4 because I would have been on 4 lands. For a second, I was like, maybe I couldn't cast it anyway, but we would have had 4 mana, so definitely would have been turn 4 because you can't play it on turns 1, 2, or 3. Yeah, I'm not totally sure what happened there, but either way, we got the win. We're moving on. Does this hand even do it? I mean, I guess we keep it. I'm going to assume we don't get much out of the Brynhilder. Maybe we'll get lucky, though. Hey, we get to kill Llanowar. Look at that. Bolt the bird. Okay, that's a little something. Hey, it's a land, so we know we have another land guaranteed. Not that we desperately need it. Would you like to destroy our Brynhilder? They would. Fantastic. Wow, did not expect to see that card after seeing a Llanowar Elf on 1, though. That's, something. I guess we go NT Wild Ride. And I'm just not going to discard anything. I just don't want to waste a card here. Granted, it leaves NT susceptible to like burst lightnings and stuff, but like, so be it. They're ramping to something. I don't know what something is. Come on, Uharis. Oh! Oh! I was just messing around. I didn't think we were actually going to get it. That's hilarious. Yeah, so we Uharis. We Wild Ride. Onto Uharis. We attack. Yep, that'll do it. Yeah, because that would have been 5, 10, 11, 12, and then we could play the other Wild Ride and deal 8 more. Wow. Man, this thing can just win out of nowhere. Okay, let's keep it. Again, having Uharis and the Spirit in hand, not great, but that's apparently just going to happen sometimes. We'll just have to live off of some Brynhilder for a minute. Don't know how we're going to do against the life gain decks unless we get probably a breakout and hit with it. All right, there's a new Horus. Not what we're looking for, though. We need something live this turn. That counts. And actually not a bad card to hit, if we're being real. Because it does get haste. We get to discard a card, which is doing us no good. A wild ride, you say? I think we save the wild ride for next turn, though. All right. Okay, in the turn. The Brynhildr is going to put an enchantment in the graveyard. Wild Ride will put a sorcery in the graveyard. Yeah, no blocks. We are not in that line of work, let me tell you. All right, so we go there into Uharis. Opponent apparently has no responses. We will play this on the Uharis. We will attack Seize. Give Uharis extra attack steps, and without even reusing the Wild Ride, that's just ball game. Wow, okay, maybe we can beat some of these life gain piles. I mean, when you're attacking for chunks of 10 to 15 out of nowhere, I mean, I guess it doesn't matter. Even if they'd gain like 12 life, okay, cool, we got 2 big attack steps. I hadn't even thought about this combination, though, where that's like 20 before we do anything with the extra Wild Ride. That's kind of gross. Okay, we're going to keep. No blue mana, but we didn't draw any of the blue cards, so I'm not going to sweat it. And of course, as I say that, that's what we draw. Let's go with Anti, I think. And we'll just see what's up. Okay, well. All right. Here comes Wildfire Worker Folk. And attack. We will go ahead and just discard the River Spirit. Waiting to play a land in case we draw one. For obvious reasons. We did not. We drew a Burst Lightning. Well, I'm going to go ahead and shoot them, because if we don't, we just waste it. Alright. A Rabo. So this is cats. Well, fortunately, we have some things for cats. And we will go attacking, discarding the starting town. Put the counter here. Oh, another Stomping Grounds. Look at that. Alright, opponent's at 8. We'll go ahead and play the Stomping Ground. Probably just tapped. And we'll play Brynhildr. There's a chance I could have found something playable, but... Ooh, it's a breakout. Alright. I guess if they go Land Day of Judgment, it sucks, but that'd be crazy to be playing that in your cat deck. Oh yeah, we are ready to rock and roll now. Hit something big. Trying to high roll. Uharis qualifies. Love to see it. Yeah, any combination of this just wins. I don't think it matters. Get in there, everybody. Yep, that'll do it. We're gonna keep this, but it does feel oddly dicey for some reason. Like, in the way that I feel I'm gonna have to really decide how we deploy our cards. So I might wait till I can protect their Wicker Folk, maybe. So let's try one of these mini summon Brynhildrs that we have. Okay, well, they don't have a shock, and they don't have a 1-mana bounce spell, so that's good to know, at least not instant speed. Though we kind of don't want them to get rid of that because we sort of want that Stomping Ground. They're not going to let us have it, though. Understandable. Yep, So we're going to have to get this done with hasty boys on some level. So time to just start deploying them. Not a lot we can do. At least if it dies, it puts an artifact in the graveyard, and then we don't have to work so hard to find our next plan of attack. Artifact mana value 4 or 5. I know what they're going to go get. It's not really a secret. Oh, no. They didn't go get the loot. I thought that's what they were going to go get. They went and got Solemn. Wow. It's a little bit crazy. I really want to summon Brunhilde and see if we find a green land, but this is the smarter play. Let's go with Fear of Missing Out. And then what do we not have in the yard? We just have creature, sorcery. So I'd have to discard an artifact or an instant because we have an enchantment in there. Snakeskin Veil is actually going to be really good for us, but all right. This just allows us to attack freely, so we kind of got to do it. Wild Ride's pretty nice, though. Could give us somewhat of an out. All right. Get in there for 4 more. Come on, just an untapped land deck. That's all we're asking for. Untapped land, I think we could put this away. Wait, because the opponent's only at 9. Okay, cool. We got there somehow. Do we just wild ride one of these dudes and just make it easy? Yeah. All right, cool. Yeah, I guess it didn't really matter. Because had they actually gone and gotten the loot and played the loot there, then they don't even have a blocker. But we were taking, even if they blocked 2, they were taking 8. One of these untaps, they trample. We didn't even need to use the Wild Ride or the Snakeskin Veil, as it turned out. Ooh, okay. You know what? Let's try it. Let's try it. I don't know how this is going to go just yet, but we're going to discard the Fear of Missing Out and just see where the game takes us. No! Get my spirit. Take my spirit. The spirit's the scary card. Take that. Take the big spirit. You know you want to. They're like, you can't even cast that. Why am I going to take it? Though, sometimes people... I've been known to take the awkward card because you just don't know how they're going to use it. But the smart play is still take my Fear of Missing Out. Oh, see? They took the bait. They took the bait. Gotta love when that happens. Discard Stormthorn Spire Verge. Why not? No! We drew the other one. That totally didn't work out in our favor. Yeah, sure. You got it, opponent. Gosh dang it. Let us find something else we can at least protect with Snakeskin Veil. Gosh damn it. That didn't work out at all. Well, we were due for a loss. Yep, you got it. Sure. Brynhilder. I mean, you're something. Wild Ride, huh? Not that interesting, really. Alright. Pass turn. I mean, we just got to prevent damage at this point. If they have another removal, so be it. I mean, obviously we're blocking. Gonna sacrifice that? Nope, an Unholy Annex. All right. Inti, you kind of ain't it, friend. There's no way we could play Inti and the River Spirit, right? No. Nope. I mean, I assume Inti's going to struggle to survive. Yeah, you can take that. I wouldn't do nothing with it anyway. That didn't really hurt our feelings. Oh, and they do removal. All right, cool. Well, we die, we die. All right, GG's. We didn't have a good hand, and they drew well, so that happens. Ooh. See, this is where it's tough when you draw each of these. I don't know if it's worth keeping or not. I guess we're going to try. Because, like, if we get to shoot, say, like, Llanowar Elf or something, and maybe can turn this into a thing. Them having a black land tells me we're not going to get to keep this, though. Oof. And the other thing we lost was a Brynhildr. We almost need to keep the Brynhildr, though, so we can do something next turn. All right, play this one, see what we find. Wildfire Wickerfolk. All right, well. I should have put it on the other one that was going to die anyway. Gosh dang it. Yeah, I should have put it on the other one that already had more counters on it. I was just playing too fast there. Potentially doesn't matter that much, but we'll see. All right, let's play Uharis. And a Wild Ride. And we'll attack. Sounds good. That is the right thing to do there, opponents. I guess while we can, we might as well get the max damage out of it. There's a real chance we're not keeping this card. Alright. I mean, if we do and we draw an untapped land, we could just pump through Uharis and do it again, I guess. So there's that. Ooh, summon Brynhildr. Alright, well that could be a thing, maybe. That does not help us, though. That is sad. Alright, we'll pass. I mean, we still get to deal 2 because we did play a land from exile. What do we need? 7 for this? 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, technically we could play this next turn. We could have gotten tricky too and attacked and then just burst lightning the Sentinel and then we would have double striked it. So that would have been 6 total, which could have done something. Demon Wall. And Bloodletter. Yeah, that's a thing. That resolves. Alright, we're just gonna block. I was debating what I wanted to do, but that's probably the correct play. Alright, so how do we lose next turn? Do they have the automatic thing that kills us? That's the question. Alright, let's do this. Sort of feel like if they do sort of scenario. Oh, well that's interesting. That gives us another option. I mean, hold up. We can deal 7 by just playing the Wild Ride. And then 8, 9, 10, 11. Unless they play the land and then they'll gain some life. But maybe this is what we do? And then just... Oh, no, that's only 5. I don't know why I was thinking it was... Oh, because I was thinking I was going to play it twice. You know what? Probably still worth attacking. Sure. Alright. I think that's still worth it. Alright, that's good news. It looks like they're digging. They haven't played a land yet, though. There's also combinations of breakout and stuff we could draw, which could matter. I'm just wondering what their hand is. Like, you didn't play any removal spells? Oh, this guy. This guy can't block, though, right? Alright. That, however, does not help us. So we have creatures, enchantments, and we can have instants. That's pretty rough. And then when this attacks, they gain life, right? Alright. Sure. We'll just have to figure it out. I mean, that's 8. If they have any bonus, we're probably close to dead. Away goes our fear of missing out. Because I would destroy it if I were them. Yep.
You're dismissed.
Alright. This is kind of it right here. Everything... Oh, and all we drew was lands. Alright, GG's. That sucks. Yeah, sure. Seems reasonable. I think we're always just incentivized to break out and just go for it. Oh, Horus. Against green-white. We would do 4, 6. Nah, we just go for the spirit. And we get to scratch. Wow. Probably don't need either of those. Under the current conditions. Yeah, you're going to need at least 3 mana to get rid of this. What's funny, though, is it does only cost 2. So technically, if they have the remove something 2 or less, it does actually work on that. Which is sad. Okay, NT, I see you. Let's go fear of missing out. Discarding the other fear of missing out. Oh, well, that's nice. Actually not going to use it because I do want to protect stuff with the Snakeskin Veil. That will also put an instant in the graveyard, which is kind of a big deal right now. Wasn't thinking we were going to have to protect against the curious farm animals, but here we are. Well, that's a thing. Alright. I am just going to... Whoa. We can go 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 with one from NT? No, wait. 5, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, cool. Never mind. We attack. NT gets to put a counter. Yeah, we'll untap this. NT will discard a land. Sure. Alright, then that attacks again for 5. Oh, actually, we get to do it again. I forgot, because NT gives another trigger. Yeah, way more than enough. Yeah, y'all, this deck might just be a breakout deck. And I mean that both literally and, you know, figuratively with the card breakout. But this actually, these were some of the easiest wins we've had on the ladder this season. Like, we just kept running. I think only lost 2 or 3 games, and we were rapid firing games. Several of these games only last like 4 or 5 turns because we're just you know, your opponent sets up or they attack and you're like, oh, sweet, shield's down. I guess we're just going to attack with a hasty thing, pump a couple times and game's over. So yeah, this was wild, honestly. And the variety of decks we beat was very cool. I mean, don't get me wrong, a couple of those opponent might have got a little bit of slow draw or something, but yeah, having the haste creatures, all the different ways, being able to get all the free cards and get access, because like you're drawing cards with Fear of Missing Out, with NT, with Summon Brynhilder, so you're just like digging through stuff. And then when you do hit, Benevolent River Spirit's a huge hit, right? That's hard to get rid of. We had so many games where Huaris just by itself was able to do 15 to, I guess, 21 potential damage or whatever at different points. So, like, yeah, just lots of crazy stuff going on with this deck. I don't know what to make of it, but this deck is very good. This is the type of deck that, granted, it does have some rares in here, you know, so I'm not going to say it's like it's rare free, but there tend to be more low cost rares. I'm going to do a quick check on these.
A few moments later.
Yeah, so I just went and looked it up. If you actually own the lands, the most expensive spell in this deck, I think, is $3. I think NT goes for $3. There's some cheaper versions of Fear of Missing Out around like 2 something. And then like Summon Brynhilder, you can find those under $1. You can find Spider-Man 2099 under $1. Yeah, this is actually a pretty reasonably budget deck in paper if you wanted to play it. But yeah, kind of a crazy pile, but there you go. This link will be up over on Moxfield, like always, if you want to download this or our other decks and check them out, because there's been a lot of crazy stuff we played this season. But yeah, if you already have the cards for this, I suggest trying it out. That's all I have for now. We'll see you next time.